She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. I'm like, why my makeup looks stupid? I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for The Chi, Season 1. This is episode 7. I enjoyed this episode. I think I can't wait for the next episode too, even though this episode was really, really good. I hope everyone had a great weekend. You will probably be seeing this early Monday, because it's about 1:45 in the morning. But I hope everyone had a great weekend. It's getting ready for the new work week. We are having good weather here in Michigan. It's about 40 degrees. So we're like really, really hoping we don't get any more snow, since it's almost the end of February. Well, it's basically the end of February. And it's going to be March. Even though I know we're going to have one more snowstorm, and it's going to fucking suck. But I'm enjoying these, warm-ish, cold-ish weathers or whatever. But yeah. This episode of The Chi touched on a lot of things. I did a whole bunch of, what, bitch, what? So there was a lot of that going on or whatever. The episode starts off, we see Q and Sunny basically in the restaurant having a conversation. And saying like, look, I don't care what you got going on. I want this stuff out of my restaurant before I open up. And Q was saying like, I just gotta put it somewhere. Me and my two homies kind of just disagreeing on what we should do with it. I have one idea, they have another idea. And then we see Emmett walk in, and then he like, oh yeah, come here, young blood. And saying like, no, leave him out of it. And he's like, no, it's okay. And then Emmett like, I know I owe you the $100. I'm gonna get it to you. And he like, no, that's okay. I got a way where you can probably pay that back and make some more money. And I'm looking like, whenever someone says you can pay me the money back and make more money, sometimes walk away. But Emmett did not. So they all go into the freezer, and then there's of course all these guns all over the place. And Emmett like, oh shit, because I don't think he assumed that's what was gonna be there. So from there, we see Q basically has Emmett helping him do some things. So then they go somewhere, and I'm like, where the hell are they going? And they pull up to like a church, and it's like a place where you turn in your gun and get some money. I'm like, this fool gonna turn in all the guns. So they get out the car, and my lipstick is being weird, so just ignore it, because I've had it on since like 9 o'clock. So yeah, and I did the talking taste. It's my third review. So yeah, they get out the car, and basically it's the cops will take your gun, no questions asked. You get a couple dollars or whatever, and it's really that simple. So he walk up like, okay, so is it really no questions asked? And they're like, yeah, you turn your gun in, you get $100 or you get a gift card. And they're like, you want to turn the gun in? He like, well, I think it's better if you come take a look. Man, they go over to his pickup truck, and they lift over the tarp all the guns and all the boxes and all the toy boxes and everything. And they like, the fuck? So one cop says, so where did you get these guns from? He's like, I thought y'all said it wasn't no questions asked, but can I just get my money and leave? So they like, all right, we're gonna give you're gonna get the money and gift card, because we didn't expect all these guns. He probably had a good 100 guns, you know what I'm saying? So they have to give him a couple $100, well, $100 as much as they could, and then some gift cards. Like, oh yeah, if y'all could throw in some of them treats over there, that'd be real cool. So they're like, all right, fine. I need to do this lipstick over, because it's driving me crazy as I'm sitting here. So y'all have to, this is gonna be real, it's gonna be real, people. Real. So yeah. So Kat Von D, this is, I can't see what color this is. Is it Roxy? Yeah, Kat Von D liquid lipstick. This is Roxy, in case people want to know what it is. So he get the money, get the gift cards, get the little treats or whatever, and then he leaves. We then see the cops who got the guns from him talking to that other cop, Wallace. Like, man, where he get all these damn guns from? This is crazy. Wallace like, I don't know, that's a good question. Wallace then make a phone call and saying, we got a problem. So clearly Wallace is a bad cop, because if we know for a fact that Reg stole them gun, got them guns from that storage place, and it was guns from like the ATF or whatever. So in some kind of way, while we know he a crooked cop, but now we know for a fact he's a crooked ass cop. So yeah, the whole thing. I don't know how to say this and not seem like an asshole. I don't care about Kevin liking Andrea. You know, I'm just like, I mean, I guess it's something just to keep us entertained with the younger kids, but I'm like, I just kind of wonder what that has to do with the story. And I'm looking so matter-of-factly. I just don't. I'm like, okay, we know he like Andrea. We know Andrea's cousin likes him. We know Jake is all cut up in the bullshit with Reggie. We know Papa's gonna be always talking shit, and they some foul-mouthed little kids or whatever. And so basically, you know, Kevin trying to impress Andrea, so he puts on some cologne that was in his sister Keisha's room that was supposedly Emmett's. So Keisha kind of gave him some advice, like, look, if you like a little girl or whatever, you want to impress her, you have to be nice to her. You can't be mean to her and like running game on her. He like, no, I really like this girl. You know, she cool out. You know, I do like her. So she's like, well, you need to tell her a way that she's pretty or that whatever you like about her, but do it in a cute way. Like if you like her eyes, don't just say, well, you have pretty eyes, because every guy gonna say that. So we see that whole thing. You know, we see they at the play rehearsal, and Papa and Jake are kind of laughing and teasing Andrea because they like she always fuck up her lines, and she did fuck up her lines or whatever. My shirt down too low. She did mess up her lines or whatever. And when Papa, you can't do shit right, you've ever fucking up your lines. I'm like, first of all, he cussing in front of all the kids. The teacher not gonna say, hey, shut the fuck up, little boy. Not cuss him out, but I'm like, he gonna just let the little boy cuss like that? Like, we could not cuss in school when I was younger. If we cussed in school, if we cursed in school, we got in trouble. Like, it wasn't no, you cuss and just, okay, it's cool. No, you get like written up and get attention. I'm these kids these days, Lord Jesus. So, when, you know, Papa saying that about her, Kevin stand up like, no, man, shut up. Leave her alone. Let her do whatever. So because he did that, Andrea then invites him skating. So, you know, they all go skating or whatever. We see Jake, who is another guy who's like a kid named Corey, who they're usually friends with. But for Jake, is this all in his, I'm growing up, I'm in the gang now, I want to be busting and fighting and pulling out guns and shit. All this little extra rah-rah, whatever. And Kevin and Papa like, man, what y'all be from for now? We all was friends. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? His brother is a part of the 1, 2, 3 gang, and we 4, 5, 6 gang, and his brother talking shit about my brother. And they like, man, look, your brother beef ain't your beef. You know, just don't do it. You're like, well, that's my brother. First of all, Reg kicked you in the nuts. Well, he had a girl kick you in the nuts. Fuck your brother. Your brother don't even protect you, because if your brother protected you, he wouldn't have you doing what you doing. But he too young to even understand that. So it is what it is. But, you know, Kevin and Papa do just convince him, hey, I know you got beef with this boy for whatever reason, but tonight ain't the night to act on it. So we had that whole thing. And then, because Andrea isn't paying Kevin any attention, Papa and Jake say, well, look, go talk to her cousin. I forgot what the cousin name is. I kept calling her Baby D. That's not nice, but I can't. It's something with an M. And I thought I was seeing it when the show was on, but I didn't write it down. I don't know why I didn't. But so he asked the cousin to skate and to make Andrea jealous. So they skate around or whatever. And we know the cousin like him. You know what I'm saying? We know that for a fact. So after him and the cousin hang out a little bit skating around, at the end of the evening, Andrea come over like, you know what? Maybe we can hang out. You know what I'm saying? I like you. And she gives him a kiss or whatever. And then he said he gonna call her. So that was the whole thing with them. And then of course the cousin get mad because she liked Kevin. And Kevin like, I'm like, nigga, you was skating with me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We was having fun. You let me steal your bike, basically. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? And Kevin kind of sort of feels bad once he sees the cousin's face and she looks disappointed, because he know he basically used her to get to Andrea because he knew she likes him. And Kevin, that was some hoe ass shit. We ain't gonna talk about that. So that's all that it was, you know, for their whole situation. We see Brandon's mom is still trying to sell the dang old house, and Jerica's now the listing agent. And so when she at home having them signs and stuff, Brandon walk in, and they ain't seen each other since their block party. So of course it's awkward silence or whatever. And he like, you ready to give my texts or whatever? And she like, yeah. But her husband responded. So his mom and her husband, of course, get him some space and whatnot. And he just said, can I come get my stuff? And she's like, you got a key. You can come back. It's fine. I won't be there tonight or whatever. So you can come back. I mean, it was just real awkward or whatever. And then she left. Clearly, they have unresolved issues. And I wonder if she feel guilty for him seeing her with that guy. And maybe that guy wasn't really what we thought it was going to be. But, you know what I'm saying? He was there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, but that's all we see between them at that particular point. We see Tracy's mom was also at that little, she was at the church that Q and Emmett was at earlier. But she went in the church, and actually her and Q saw each other. And they don't smile when they see each other. I'm convinced that Q is either Jason's father, or he know who Jason's father is, maybe because he was in the, in that life before. Maybe he accidentally killed Jason's real father, or maybe Jason, because I'm thinking like for him to be Jason's father is too obvious, and it seemed like this series don't do too much that's too obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, for Q to be Jason's father, we all guessing that already right now. So I'm like, he not gonna be the father. Like, is he gonna be like the uncle, the godfather? I'm like, did he kill Jason's father? Because I'm like, the way she don't like him, I'm like, what if he killed Jason's father, and that's why he made me feel guilty that Jason is dead himself? You know what I'm saying? Because he killed it. It's gonna be some kind of twist to it. I don't know what yet, but I think he Jason's dad, but I'm like, that's just too easy. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's just too easy, but it is what it is. Anyway, she going to church or whatever, and she's basically there for one of those, mothers against violence, because, a person who when all the mothers get together because their child was killed in whatever way. And, she walked into me, and there was some rude ass heifers. The one lady walk in, what's your name? Who is you? Well, damn, bitch, you can't say hello? I don't get a hi. I don't get a how you doing? And that was the leader of the goddamn group. Then one of the goddamn other members, she like, oh, I know who you is. Your son is Jason. He was that murder that was around the corner, whatever. His murder was all on the news and in the mirror. Bitch, you mad? Is you mad? Oh, I'm like, I don't get how you upset because one parent's, both of y'all kids dead. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all kids dead. They don't know who killed her son either. And my thing is, just because her son murder made the local news or whatever, don't mean you should be mean to her. She can't control shit. I was just like, I didn't like that. But I guess, I really do wonder, is that how some of these meetings be? Because I'm like, that's not supportive. And then the lady say, these meetings ain't about hugging people and telling them everything gonna be okay. It gets real here. I'm like, well, damn, bitch, all I wanted was a hello. Like, y'all didn't even give her a fucking hello. It was a girl, you say it is what it is. But she said, she fine. She don't know why she there anyway. But she there because she felt like she needs to be. So she says she has a seat with all the crazy people. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We then see Ronnie, and Cruz is letting him out of jail. And, Cruz said to him, I know what you did. You know what I'm saying? He know Ronnie killed Koji. He know that for a fact, Koji. And I think he leaving it alone because he also know it's basically his fault. So Ronnie said, I want Jason's phone back. He like, look, if you want me to keep asking questions, if you don't want me to keep asking questions, I suggest you walk away. Because if you keep asking questions, I'm going to have to dig into what you did, and it's not going to be something good. So we like, all right, so he leaves. But he also sees that on Jason's phone, the last call Jason made was to 911. And he like, well, there should be a record of that call. He goes down to whatever office that has the records of calls or whatever. And the person say, oh, yeah, we don't have any record of any 911 calls. So, either somebody messed with some tapes or it could just be an error or whatever. But you can give me the phone and I can look into it to figure it out. But he then, as he's walking out, he see a picture on the wall. And this person has a picture all hugged up buddy with Wallace. So he like, okay, 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 + 4 is 8. So clearly this shit is 9, ain't shit adding up. And he leave, and then he tried to go talk to his boss, that lady. Now he like, look, this is what I know. You know what I'm saying? 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. Wallace is crooked. He basically tried to kind of paint that picture, and she like, that's basically not enough evidence. It's to basically just an unlogged 911 call on a dead kid's cell phone, and we don't know if the call went through or whatever. We don't know anything, so that ain't enough to say. Yeah, I hope my mic is not like wiggling, making noise. I'm not, because this is bouncing around on my shirt. But yeah, so then she then says to him, well, yeah, it doesn't matter because the Jason case is closed anyway. And then she said like how Vice got a warrant or got something to raid or do whatever on the stash house. And then she also brings up how them people was killed. We know Quentin went in and killed them people. And yeah, it was some kind of, they all end up killing each other. It was something real dumb. And he like, doesn't that sound too convenient? And she was like, well, I believe it, so it is what it is. I'm like, well, bitch, is you crooked too? Because I'm like, cops should be smarter than this, but it ain't, it is what it is. We then see a small scene of Jada going back to work. Now, y'all remember when Jada was getting that medicine to patch up Ronnie. When she went in the room, the guy was in there too, and she lied and said, oh, I'm just getting so-and-so for this one particular person, but she got a whole bunch of stuff. So that was like 2 episodes ago. So now she back at work today, and dude like, hey, management looking for you. She like, for what? They like, some medicine missing. She's like, okay, and they like, and they think you took it, bitch. I mean, is it you? And she's like, what? And she's like, no, I signed out, but I took it. He was like, did you forget they put cameras in there about a month ago? And then she was like, oh, fuck, they put cameras in. A lot of people would get fucked up if they did not know their job had cameras. I'm just saying. Not me, because, I don't get here, I do my job. But like, if you work at a place where you still in medicine, like, bitch, you gonna get fired. And guess what happened? Jada Ann had to go into her boss's office, and they had to have it sit down and say, hey, we got some questions. And then they say, you tell me put cameras in here a month ago. When someone says, we have cameras in there, just know you're already busted. And my thing is, at that point, just send me home. Like, send me home. Let me get my box. We ain't got to sit here and talk about nothing. Well, unless they're going to press charges. Because technically, stealing medicine is probably like illegal. It's not even just a fireable offense. It's, it's legal. It's illegal. But anyway. But yeah, hot ass forgot that they had the cameras in there. Brandon, my battery, of course, and that's what it is. Brandon is at work, and Chef comes in like, hey, it's some fish missing from the cabinet or whatever, the freezer, and I need you to figure out who took it. And Brandon like, what you asking me for? He like, because I want you to figure out who took it. I would have been like, dog, you the chef and your wife was the goddamn manager. What you want me to do? That's above my pay grade. But, he like, all right, fine, it is what it is. And he already know took it. It was Luis's ass. I'm like, Luis out here stealing fish. He tried to get Brandon hooked up with a gun, ended up Brandon getting robbed. Luis is not a good friend. Luis' ass is bad luck, and Brandon let his ass go. So, he go down, he like, Luis, chef know about the fish. You need to bring it back because he know about it or whatever. And, he want me to figure out who did it. And I ain't trying to snitch, but you need to bring it back here so that you don't get in trouble. And so he's like, all right, fine, I'll do whatever. And then we see Brandon trying to leave. And so he need to go to town of some business real quick. And he runs into Sarah. So they're like, okay, fine, it is what it is. And then she says, yeah, the chef mentioned to you about the missing food? And then he like, yeah, he want me to look into it. And she like, who did it, don't you? And he was like, yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it did it. And he's like, man, it was Luis, but I'm finna go handle it right now. I'm just gonna handle it. Don't worry about it. So my thing is, I think the only reason he told her was because he felt like it was cool like that. You know what I'm saying? Because as we remember the last episode, they was kissing and hugging all in the streets and stuff, putting tongues in each other's mouths. And I think you assume when you swap spit with somebody, y'all got a bond. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't swap all kinds of saliva and DNA or whatever. So, he leave. He meet up with Luis, and Luis is like, yeah, my cousin, we sold the food. We sold it at the little baseball game or whatever. So, I can't bring the fish back. He's like, well, you got to get the money that you made and go buy some of it. Like, you have to replace the fish. So they go get some money, and they go to the little fish market. And who at the goddamn fish market it's the guy who robbed him when he was trying to buy that gun. He like, man, what the fuck your ass doing here? And he pissed. He like, man, just calm down, just be quiet. You know, my mom's right there. I was like, man, fuck your mama. You robbed me and you hit me here with a gun. Man, fuck your mama. Shut up. You stole my money. I want my shit back. He like, man, just calm down. He like, look, all right, fine. You know, give us some free snapper. Look, some snapper fish. And we fine. So he get them, you know, the fish for free or whatever, and they leave. But, you know, he get back to the restaurant to give it back to chef, figuring I brought some fish back. It's the same kind of fish. He should be okay with it. And chef was like, so you know who did it? And he was like, look, that don't matter. The fish here, like, no, throw that fish away. Like, why you gonna throw the fish away, chef? He like, because it's not the same fish. Like, yeah, but it's still fresh fish. This fool said, I don't know what a fish be. And Brandon said, it's been in the ocean. I said, bitch. But it was true. He was like, no, it ain't the same fish. And I'm kind of upset that you knew who was stealing it. And you kind of covered for him. He like, you know, so I need you to fire Luis. So when he said the name, of course, Brandon pissed off. And he looked at Sarah like, you fucking told him. You basically told on me. And so chef like, you know, I'm kind of mad that you knew and covered for him, but you know, I need you to fire Luis. And I was at the end, chef, that's above my goddamn pay grade. You the fucking chef and she the fucking manager. Like, you shouldn't have even asked me to figure shit out. You should figure that shit out because that's what y'all are supposed to do. But, you know, he like, you know, throw the fish away, you know, fire Luis, and that's it. So he like, you know what, chef, nope, I can't do that. He take the fish and he leave. And Sarah kind of go after him. And then he like, you know what I'm saying? I don't rat out my motherfucking friends. And then she was like, he said, I can't believe you ratted on me and told on me to chef. So he feel like I told you something in confidence. You can't trust some people, okay? You can't just be, you look, at work, they are co-workers. Every co-worker is not your friend, okay? They are not. If I don't, well, they hanged out and kissed and stuff. Because my rule is if we don't hang out outside of work, like if I don't text you or talk to you outside of the, you know, 9 to 5, we ain't friends, we co-workers. But, you know, they was kind of having sex, so I guess it is what it is. Anywho, but yeah, he feel wronged or betrayed because he told her what happened and then she went and snitched and told chef. And she like, you know, if this restaurant goes down and we close down tomorrow, you know, it's our ass on the line. And he said, I don't care. I don't rat out my friends. I quit. And he left with the fish, bitch. I would took the fish too. I paid for it. It's mine. I'm going to sell it somewhere and do whatever I got to do. Because again, I was like, look, you trying to get me to do stuff that's not in my pay grade. It ain't in my goddamn job description. I'm the chef, okay? I cook the food. I don't fire and hire anybody. Point blank into the period. So, you know, I'm like, whatever. You know, it is what it is. We see Q and Emmett. Q and Emmett are still hanging out. You know what I'm saying? They eating some little food outside of a little, I don't know if it's like a little food truck. And they're kind of talking when Q was trying to say how basically him and Sonny's daddy, you know, worked his whole life. You know, he was like worked on the trains or whatever. And saying how, you know, he worked to make sure they stayed like in the middle class. They weren't like lower class. They weren't like poor. They were like, you know, right there in the middle, whatever. And he was saying how his father died like on the trains because it was some freak accident. And he's like, you know, after my dad worked there for like 30 years and had done, you know, been there for so long, when he died at work because of an act, it was like a workman's comp type situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, he died and all we got was $500 and his porter whistle. And he like, you know, to this day, Sonny keeps it. He like, and Sonny is like my father. He works hard. You know what I'm saying? He believes in that. He like, what I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm completely different. And, you know, he then asked Emmett, like, do you know what I do? And Emmett said, yeah, you hustle. And he was like, I run shit. I was like, okay, Q, you run shit in these motherfucking streets? Okay. And he like, you know, actually, I not only run shit, I used to run all this shit. Like, I ran all of this beforehand. But then some things happened, and I took some time off, and I kind of just, you know, retired. Took a step back and kind of retired. He like, but now, you know, I'm kind of back or whatever. And he was like, well, you know what? We got one more stop to make. Come on, let's go. So, you know, they leave or whatever. They then go to like the barbershop and they see Trice walking in. So, you know, he like, you know what it is? Like, yeah, that's Trice. He like, what you think about what you know about him? He like, well, he dressed nice. He like, he be peacocking. You know, peacocking when you dress fancy to get attention or to do stuff to get attention just in general. And he like, all right, I want you to go take this to him. So he gives Emmett the money that they got from the cops, like all the money or the gift cards too. He like, take that in there and tell him thanks for making the hood safe. I'm looking like, Q so petty. So, you know, Emmett like, you want me to go? He's like, yeah, you know, it's going to just give to him or whatever. So Emmett get out the car. He's holding the money. He's holding the gift cards. And it's 208. And he's walking up to the thing, but he can't go in because he's like, man, this motherfucker kill me. You know, because Emmett not into the life like that. He into selling shoes and flipping chicken wings. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. He's not a drug dealer. You see, when Red's trying to get him to work for him, he couldn't even commit to that. So in a way, Q is still just like Reg, you know, with as far as what they do or whatever, in a way. And Q sees he can't do it, so Q's like, you know, it's all right. He takes the money and the cars back, and then he has snacked the cookies and shit in his hand. So he goes into the barbershop and he throws some money in the gift cards on Tracy's lap. He hands him the little fruit snacks or whatever, and he, you know, clapping. Thanks for keeping the neighborhood safe. Yeah, you know, great. And Trace looking like, this motherfucker here. I can't. This motherfucker here. Okay. So, and then he walks out. So it was what it was. We see Ronnie and Tracy have a conversation basically, and this is the first time that Ronnie is saying to Tracy, why the fuck didn't you tell me about Shantae, Jason's pregnant girlfriend? She was like, her, because it wasn't any of your business. And he was like, she's having his baby. She's like, that baby can be anybody's baby. She was out here in the streets just sharing it or whatever. You know, she had him all confused and being dumb. He's like, what are you talking about? She had him thinking he didn't want to play basketball anymore. He didn't want to go to college anymore because he supposedly liked her or whatever. And then he loved that girl. And she was like, you didn't know nothing. Don't try to be coming around not doing things for him. You know what I'm saying? He was embarrassed about you because you was always just out in the street looking like a crackhead or whatever. And, you know, he was embarrassed by you. And he like, well, that was cold. And I do think she said that just to hurt his feelings, because when he talked to Shantae, she said, you know, Jason still cared for you. You know what I'm saying? Even though through y'all issues, he still loved you. And Tracy was trying to just basically break his spirit. It's like, he thought you was a piece of shit, and so do I. So, you know, but she's like, you know, you should have don't try to do right by him now. You should have done right by him when he was alive. I mean, that's true, basically. You know, it is what it is. So, we see a scene where Trice goes to see Red. Now, as we know, Q and his friends killed whoever was in the house. We never seen who he killed, though. So, as we now know, he didn't kill Reg. Reg didn't die that night. And, you know, Trice come knock on the door, and Red's like, oh shit. So, you know, Trice come in, they talk, and he like, you gonna keep that piece on you? You got some juice? I like some juice. He get Trice the goddamn juice box, like, yeah, this is the juice box I have for my little brother. I'm like, your brother look like he too damn old to be drinking them damn juice boxes too, but whatever. So, you know, Trice make him take his gun out or whatever and put it on the table. And he like, you know, and I think that mean the cop must have called him about them guns. And, you know, Trice is pissed. Very, very, very pissed. And he's like, you know, how did he get in here and take our stuff, you know, when you were supposed to be over? You know, how did that happen? And he like, man, I was gone. I left. I left real quick for a minute, you know, to be with some chick. He's like, well, I hope it was worth it. He's like, man, I told you that old dude was working on us, and I told you to handle it, you know, and you did. He's like, well, I'm gonna handle it, but that ain't the point. The point is, I put your ass in charge. And is you in charge of the girls? Yes, I'm in charge. Are you? He was in charge of the girls, and all the girls got killed. All the girls got killed except him. He the only girl still alive. And, you know, Reg, of course, is nervous. Because even though Trice don't show any dominance to Q, he still shows it to his crew. And maybe Trice is Quincy's Q's son. Who knows? Anywho, at that point, he like, look, you got to pay. So he picked the gun up and he pistol whips Reg. I'm looking like, well, damn, is you going to beat him to death? Because, no, he said to Reg, if you try to shoot me, you know what's going to happen. We going to find your brother, pull his arms off, and then beat him. I'm looking like, you gonna beat him with his arms? Just, It's like, Jesus, he's a kid, you know what I'm saying? And, he like, well, no, don't do that. My hair is coming loose. He like, no, don't do that. It is what it is. We just need to get it handled. So he basically pistol whips Reg. And I think Reg deserves it. He should have pistol whipped his ass a little bit more. And I think Reg thought Trice was going to kill him. So when he finished pistol whipping him, he said, if you fuck up again, I'm going to take your life. Point blank, period. And then he basically leaves him there. We see Brandon go home after quitting because he talked with Jericho earlier. He said he was going to come get his stuff. So he gets to the door and she like, I packed your stuff up, or your stuff is on the bed or something. And he like, all right. So he trying to talk about, so we're not going to talk about what happened or nothing. She's like, I don't want to talk about it. No. He like, look, the gun wasn't mine. She's like, I don't care. You said you wasn't going to do nothing dumb. And then I found a gun in the bloody shirt and your stuff. And he said, the gun wasn't mine. No one died. Like, nothing really happened. But she still ain't listening. I would have just said to her, the gun wasn't mine. I took it from a kid who tried to shoot somebody. That's what I would have said. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. So from there, she like, I don't want to talk about it. How was your day? And whenever your girl says, how was your day? She wants to talk to you. She honestly does. And he like, I quit today. And she was like, what? Why? What happened? Chef wanted me to fire, Luis, and I couldn't do it. I told him no. So I basically quit. It's like, what you gonna do from now on? She's like, you know what? I honestly don't know. Brandon had said the word. Brandon in the beginning he was at work shining and smiling and stuff. Him and Jericho was happy, and then everything went to shit. But it is what it is. So we have to figure that out. We then see Q dropping Emmett off after the whole thing, for them being together the whole day, and basically telling Emmett, he did a good job today and everything. And I have to pull my hair out because it's getting even stupider. This is why I don't wear it, because it gets crazy and bushy, and it's hard to deal with and hard to manage. So it will be a ponytail tomorrow, people. But anyway, he's dropping Emmett off, and he's saying like, you did good today. And Emmett said, but I messed up. I couldn't go in there. He's like, no, it's okay. It's fine. He then pull off like maybe like $300-$400, maybe it was even $500, and he gives it to him for the day's work. And he like, I know, but I messed up or whatever. He like, no, you know what? When someone die, the only thing you'll know on their gravestone is if they was a good parent and when they died, which is true. Because both tombstones say, here lies a great whatever, and then, your birthday and your death date. So it's like, if no one says he was a great father, then you was a shitty father. So yeah, I thought that was a poignant way to point out, at the end of the day, make sure that if you do nothing else in life, that you're a good father. Meaning you didn't go in that barbershop because you thought about your kids, and he knew that's what made Emmett hesitate. So he like, after that, everything is forgotten. So, we see him drop him off or whatever. Emmett goes to pick up EJ from the sitter, and she's like, well, all right, he teasing, so you got to put some whiskey on his gums or whatever. He like, whiskey? My granddad used to give us gin when we was little. Like, if we were tired, my granddad would get like a little bit of gin and water. And he was like kid. My mom did not know. She was very pissed off when she found out when we got older. But not like a lot of gin, like a little swig to make us sleep. And my mom would say, yeah, after a while I did kind of start to wonder why when I would come pick y'all up, y'all was always asleep. It's because granddad was giving us gin and water. Old people do stuff like that. Rest in peace, granddaddy. So, but she's like, you owe me for the past 2 weeks. So the money he just got from Q, he had to get her to pay for daycare. And so, he on his way home or whatever. But he get home and he sees his mom there, and she looks out like she been drinking. Like, Mom, what's wrong? And she like, oh. So I guess she gonna have to tell him that one, she got fired. Then it's a knock at the door. And who is it? It's Tiffany, who been missing for the past 6 episodes, and she wants EJ back. I'm looking like, oh, all of a sudden it's tax season, you want your goddamn son back. She ain't like she want that damn earned income credit. but whatever. And then the last thing we see is Q going to Sonny's restaurant to talk to his brother, and he walked in and Sonny on the ground. Now I couldn't tell if Sonny was dead, shot, if Sonny was just hurt. I couldn't tell because one, it was dark, I ain't have my glasses on, and all Q said was, "Oh shit." So I'm like, I don't know if he dead or alive. I really don't. But we see Reg in there with a gun, like, all right, have a seat, old man. I'm like, I hope Reg ass ain't didn't kill Sonny. Don't tell me you didn't kill Sonny. Lord Jesus, don't kill Sonny. Oh, just please don't kill Sonny, Lord Jesus. And then the episode goes off. So that's my overview, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is currently 2:18. I want to get this uploaded. Put your comments below on how you like the episode. And until next time, I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.